Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to the Audio Analyst. Pardon me. Before we get into today's look at an amazing new cable system from Audience, I want to thank all my current subscribers and remind our new viewers that if you are enjoying these conversations, if you find any merit or value in the information I'm sharing here, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share links to your favorite episodes with your friends. Guys, please leave comments and questions for me because I love hearing from you. Now, I first met Audience co-founders John McDonald and Richard Smith at CES 2002, and I've been privileged to be able to audition, live with, and write about a wide range of audio products since the summer of 2003, when I reviewed the original AU24 digital cable. Over the past 2 decades, Audience products have figured prominently in dozens of my show reports, and I have filed nearly a dozen reviews on continual improvements to their AU24 series of cables, their powerChord power cables, their unique crossoverless ClairAudient loudspeakers, and their staggeringly effective adept response passive power conditioners. Now, over all that time, to this very day, all those products I just mentioned still play an active role in my current listening, with key placement in one system or another. Their absolutely amazing ClairAudient The One personal reference monitors are the heart of my office system, where I typically spend about 50 hours a week playing high-resolution digital files via my FiO X7 digital audio player from either its internal storage or streaming from Qobuz. The stellar Adept Response AR12 passive power conditioner provides pure, clean AC to all the line level components in my reference system. And while any number of earlier series of Audience cables has consistently contributed significantly to the exemplary performance of my reference rig, I have recently updated their previous flagship AU24 series USB cable, key interconnects like between my AudioNet Pre-G2 line stage and Max monoblocks, and all the power cords, including those powering the 1000-watt Class D amplifiers to my Von Schweikert Audio Ultra 9 loudspeakers with this new series of cables. Audience is a company that has not only earned my consistent praise over the decades, but one that has managed to win my respect, and as I've mentioned, has become central to my synergistic system approach. Now, today I want to discuss their entirely new, the first new cable lineup in all the time I've been a member of the Audience, a line they have branded frontRow. Elliot Nomenson came on board with Audience in June of 2019 as the lead product designer. Elliot had been designing cables and other products at Synergistic Research starting about 2003 before transitioning to Audience. Now, stepping into some serious shoes left behind after the passing of both the original founder, Richard Smith, then his replacement, a man who also became my good friend, Roger Shecker, the frontRow series of cables was his first project at Audience. It would be their new flagship product, combining the best of the existing Audience cable technologies with some new and intriguing design implementations. Now, the frontRow design implements geometries utilizing the same low mass and low eddy current design criteria employed in all Audience cable builds to this point. But with frontRow, they've tweaked the metallurgy of the Ono continuous cast process conductors, moved to improved cross-link polyethylene or XLPE dielectrics, with the addition of organic and inorganic based materials, as well as having designed all new connections and termination techniques. Now, in addition, there are many other design parameters, as well as materials and pre- and post-production processes that are incorporated into the frontRow products. Now, the synergistic and systemic process used to create frontRow products is what they are calling musically optimized reduction of resistive energies, or MORRE for short. MORRE entails an encompassing and unique combination of physical materials and strategies to realize the most effective, efficient, and complete signal transfer cable they know how to construct, a combination of conductive materials, dielectrics, connections and terminations, applied resonant frequency dampening, deep cryogenic treatment, extreme high voltage process treatment, and they employ unique cable geometries and signal directionality to control the resulting interrelationships of resistance, capacitance, and inductance. This is a complex and involved process, and I simply don't have the necessary time to relate all the nuances of its implementation here. But I have included a link to the detailed MORRE process page at the Audience website in the comments section for those who care to learn more about it. I do want to highlight what I see as the importance of things like the application of their modified 6 nines, which is 99.9999%, Ono continuous cast copper, and virgin cross-linked polyethylene, that XLPE again. The attention they pay to all connectors and contact points, which are treated both pre- and post-production with their Deep Cryo 2 advanced proprietary process, and then get tested and treated again using their exclusive extreme high voltage procedure. Now, anyone who is still unaware of the importance of the actual physical construction geometry, the mechanical layering, placement, proximity, and winding or layering techniques applied to the separate conductors within the final cable bundle, and the significance of directionality, which can be affected by both that pre-mentioned construction geometry and by the stretching and elongation of the grains of the conductive materials during the process of drawing those individual conductors, is merely fooling themselves. But Audience President John McDonald's position is that this complex MORRE process affords a dramatic lowering of the noise floor and distortion artifacts, with the sonic result offering improved low-level resolution and even wider dynamic contrasts, as well as remarkably lifelike musical presentation with more realistic and concise 3D imaging and sound staging. So, naturally, when John asked me if I wanted to give this new flagship cable product a test drive, I jumped at the opportunity. Now, while many reviewers might be tempted to insert one pair of interconnects, or even two, or a USB cable, or just a set of speaker cables, and offer an assessment as to their performance, my methodology over the years has borne out that it is more accurate and, in fact, essential to really hear the sonic footprint of cables, to install an entire loom of a series of cables, rather than to just insert one or two into a system with a mix of other cable products. Now, sometimes that cannot be helped due to availability, costs, compatibility of terminations. But as I've mentioned in several episodes, like episode 7 on reviewing, or episode 9 where I outline my audio axioms, it has tremendous potential to misconstrue, mask, or camouflage the real sonic signature of the cable lineup under evaluation. Without replacing the entire loom, you are essentially simply seasoning your system's sound with a variety of different results based on the sonic personalities of the other cables, as well as those under audition. So, as such, I received and installed a full loom of 12 different cables to meet my system's needs. These included a 1.5 meter long USB cable at $1,450, 2 pair of 1.5 meter long single-ended interconnects at $3,675 a pair of 1.5 meter long balanced interconnects at $4,250 a pair, a 20-foot long pair of balanced interconnects at $8,300 a pair, a 2.5 meter set of spade-terminated loudspeaker bi-wires at $10,450 a pair, 3 1.5-meter medium power cords at $5,942 each, and 2 2.5-meter high-powered power cords at $7,271 each. Clearly, not an insignificant investment at just shy of $60,000, but representing an investment of just under 10% of my overall system cost, it can be seen as an appropriate percentage to allot for a system of this caliber. I'll let the cat out of the bag now, because as excellent and engaging as the AU24 cable series had always been, the frontRow products are, without question, the most authentic, relaxed, yet musically detailed and resolving cable to ever bear the Audience badge. They're splendid. While hallmarks of the Audience cables have always been their remarkable transparency to the source, exquisite resolution and timbral purity, combined with incredibly low noise and remarkable dynamic expressiveness, I'm here to tell you that all those characteristics in the frontRow cables show clear and notable improvement. From the outset, and keep in mind that Audience had run in my entire loom on their cable cooker using the same variety of cable conditioner I employ, they not only pass what seemed to be more extended bass, they are distinctly faster, offering more articulate pitch, unfaltering speed, and exceptional tonal focus. Now, many of you will be aware of the importance I attach to that of accurate bass performance, all the way down into the lowest levels and thresholds of audibility. But I hope you understand that accurate and authentic bass performance is not just about impact, slam, modulation, and dynamic scaling. Believe it or not, this region of the audio spectrum not only affects the foundation of the musical gestalt a system can recreate, but it also has a sweeping and encompassing effect on the spatial recreation of the entire musical presentation as well. Another prominent advance that the frontRow products bring to bear is their mid-range performance. Guys, tone color is more vibrant and textures are more clearly conveyed, resulting in a more nuanced yet unquestioned fidelity to the music. But their conspicuous improvement at rendering the body of instruments, as well as their harmonic and spatial bloom, is more immediate, bordering on revelatory. Now, to be honest, if there has ever been a weakness with Audience cables, at least when compared to all my other considerably more costly reference sets of cables, it was their ever so slight reining in of body and bloom. Well, guess what, music lovers? The frontRow is exceptional in this regard, rivaling the performance of my considerably more costly cable loom sets. In the upper registers, the frontRow loom offers a degree of shimmer and sparkle with no evidence of etching, glare, or overemphasis, shedding an uncanny and ethereal light on this region, allowing them to present timbral decay in an unnervingly honest and accurate manner. Cymbals, triangles, smaller winds and strings, the upper reaches of the piano, they just trail away naturally, so clearly, decaying into a continuous, undeterred silence. Surprisingly, they present an overall musical voice with an even quieter background, one that translates into enhanced transient detail, more involving, more clearly resolved microdynamic shading, and surprisingly explosive dynamic attack. Where some lesser cables can compress or limit scaling, the frontRow revels in presenting all that dynamic power and capacity. Now, while Audience cables have always offered excellent imaging and sound staging, two areas which are crucial to me. Both were noticeably bettered, most likely due to their remarkable calm and improved resolve. Now, the result here is that instrumental voices are at the same time slightly more accurately sized and offer a more truthful sense of the space around and between individual instrumental voices in the soundstage. This new flagship series of cables from Audience represents a new pinnacle of achievement from an already distinguished manufacturer, and by no small degree. They deliver heightened transparency, increased focus, a more defined and accurate soundstage, a higher degree of resolution and transparency, and a richer, more full-bodied tonality. frontRow has elevated the level of Audience's cable game beyond being an extremely competent product to the level of extraordinary, and is a product that competes quite aggressively on the world-class cable stage with many other highly regarded lines, some selling for literally 3 times as much. Spectacular success. Now, before I close, I want to touch on another new cable series of products from Audience. Their newly released Hidden Treasure Cat7 Ethernet and serial ATA cables. Applying the full Audience treatment, they've introduced an extraordinarily neutral, relaxed, and dynamic sounding upgraded Ethernet cable at $850 for the first meter, then $150 per additional half meter for connecting your network attached storage, switches, routers, and endpoint devices to your wired network, and a serial ATA cable at $200 for the first foot, then $20 per each additional 6 inches for connecting your internal hard, optical, and/or solid-state drives and devices to the system's motherboard. Once installed, while it was clear that they didn't so much show a specific change in things like frequency extension or timbre, what they did was present everything with notably more clarity. Everything is creamier in terms of texture and tone, and there is a generally more relaxed sensation to the musical presentation and to tonality. Microdynamic expressiveness is a tad more fluid and expressive, more correct in both sense of scale and drive, possibly because of the lower degree of purported residual spurious noise levels they exhibit. Regardless, they seem to be quieter, offering an enhanced sense of stillness or calm to your music playback. If you rely heavily on digital playback from a server or streaming over your network, I'm betting you will fall as hard as I did for these Hidden Treasure cables. With that, please remember to subscribe and to like and share your favorite episodes with your friends, as well as to post your comments and questions below. You may support the channel using Patreon, Venmo, or PayPal, or even by securing display advertising at the Audio Analyst website, and links for all options are provided in today's comment section. As always, guys, thank you for taking the time to drop by and visit today. Please be sure to stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time, cheers.